Good afternoon. This is gonna be a little stream. I'm not gonna be able to stream for hours. I got like maybe 1 hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes here, but this is going to be adding last minute things. The first thing I'm gonna go over is I think I figured out the issue I was having with not being able to repair equipment like armor. So I did a test on the blue robe here, the tier 1 items, so it has a little durability taken from it. So now you should be able to use the new magical repair kit and actually repair your equipment. Same as the grimoire. Yep, and if I put it on, it maintained the armor bonus. I think it should have, yeah, it maintained the soulbound properties too. So hooray! Hold on one second. There we go. Oh, this is perfect. So we got a rift right here. I did fix the spell, the Cleansing Light. So we should be able to come up to this bad boy, cast the spell. Let's zoom out a little. So that right there should have obliterated that rift. So now with the looks like another one spawned over here. See if I can get to it without aggroing that dog. So it does a within 5 blocks of your location, it will eliminate any rifts. And it does not do any damage to any creatures, so I got that in. I think I'm gonna have to kill those wolves. They're reproducing. I spawned one like over there. Oh, cool, we got another rift. Well, that's a big boy. That's a big rift. Boop. Gone. Let's get some of my health back, all my mana. Look at that. So good. And the neat part with this spell I should add, so I'll spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll put 1 in the middle, 10. Right, so there are 10 rifts right there. If I come over here, my AoE spell should hit all 10 of those because it closes everything around you. Boop. Indeed, they are gone. Hooray! There we go, get everything back. I mean, I don't know if there's any other last minute things. That's what the stream's for, any suggestions on last minute things. And I guess while I am waiting to hear anything back, I could start finishing this out here. Because I'm gonna have to propagate this repair armor body recipe to more than just tier 1 body pieces. It should be able to repair everything. So that's tier 1. Let's put a comma here. So this will be tier 2. And it will give you back the tier 2 equivalent. Let's put another comma. This will be tier 3 with tier 3, another comma, and then finally tier 4 with tier 4. You know what? I'm kind of curious about something. Oh, you know what? Actually, I like the system the way it is now. Never mind. Not so curious anymore. So there's this thing. So this should affect all of the tier armor. We'll fireball it in. So, let's see. This should register... Oh, wait. Of course there's not going to be a recipe because I got to fireball this in. I hate when this is, like, delayed. Because it's upset with this. So it's like, I gotta wait, and then, like, do it again. See, like, it duplicates the error. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying when it does that. Damn wolves. You're lucky I'm lazy and I don't care about this world, or you'd be done. You're lucky I'm so lazy. So I think it will repair the armor. Let's spot check it, though. Alright. Come here, wolves. Be gentle! Damn it! Come at me, bro. There we go. I had some durability damage. Now I just gotta run. Oh, I must have punched that one in the face. Come on, man. There we go. Stupid wolf. Serves you right. May that be your home. Okay, let's take this off. So we have some durability loss. I just want to make sure that I can actually repair this. Yeah, there we go. Fully repaired. Awesome. So that worked very, very well. So that's all the body armor. I'm gonna have to make the same thing for the head slot and the leggings. So let's save and quit, because I gotta create some JSON files here. Recipes. All right, body armor. Copy, paste, and paste. So we want head and legs. So there's head and legs. So in here, this is going to be pretty easy. Anything that says body, I want to replace with legs. 16 occurrences. We're going to spot check this, so that would be the tier 1 legs, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. That would be correct. And then in here, I would do the same thing. Find anything that is body and replace it with head. 16 occurrences matches up. So that should make all of the armor repairable. I guess the next question I would have would be, should staves be repairable or not? I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be. I think just having, like, armor and then grimoires be repairable is a good start, at least. I gotta change the localization. This would be the magical repair kit, because it no longer just repairs grimoires. I should say used to repair grimoires and mage armor. Hey. What else? What else? What else should we do? Oh, I'm gonna have to make another entry as well before I forget. In the magical repair kit. So we have grimoire repair. Let's make some information here for armor repair. For mage armor repair. Grimoire, repair. Close out some of this stuff. Starting to get cluttered again. Paste and paste. All right, so this is going to be the information that shows up in the handbook for this. We will call this Mage Armor Repair. I'll just say as... let's see, as armor loses durability. You know, do I really have to put anything for mage armor repair? It's just like using the sewing kit, right? I don't think I need to explain to people that when their armor durability goes to 0, they can no longer equip it. Right? Like, I shouldn't have to say that to anyone. Here we go. Let's get some soda going on. There we go. I like this. Yeah, I don't think I need to... I'm not going to tell people... There's not going to be an entry for this. Let me see what it looks like. All right. Jesus Christ. Fine, let me see what it looks like. But at least armor is now repairable. And per repair kit, it will repair 300 durability to armor. Whoa. Got that guy was right there. We'll do GM2. I don't trust myself around that. Let's go to the magical repair kit. There it is. Hey, look at that. Used to repair grimoires and mage armor. I don't think I need an entry in here for that. It's funny how it's like I was hoping it would cycle through everything. Kind of weird how like it says like ingredient 4. I probably have something wrong in the handbook. Oh, like I could have nothing for the magical repair kit in the handbook. You know, I think that's fine because I really like group by. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. It's not like a big run-on list. It's gonna cycle through all the grimoires, and then you got like, you know, a hit of all of the, you know, all of your tier armor. I wonder if I wonder if that sequence is coming up because of how I'm sorting it. Let's look at the body armor. Handbook by type. Group by tier. That's what it is right there. So maybe I shouldn't group it by tier? You know, actually, maybe I should. Or better yet, maybe it should be like body tier. So we got plain. So this is tier 1. We got the plain, and then we have everything else. And then tier 2, here's the handbook. So we will have plain and everyone else. Tier 3. And then tier 4. Let's try that. Maybe we got it. I wonder if tier isn't needed. Because I just want it grouped by, like, body, for instance. Magical repair kit. Okay, see, so it definitely did, like, branch it out here. So if I had to assume, this would be apprentice, magician, spellweaver. I think these right here, these four, I think those are going to stay. Okay, so these are changing from hats to leggings as it's cycling through. So I think that may be what it is. So I could clean this up even further then. You know, for the magical repair kit, I don't mind separating out to the different tiers. I kind of like that, actually. That way you can see, you know, you can actually see the difference in durability in the stats. Wonder if I could tweak it just a little bit more. What I would really like to separate this by. Let's scroll back up to the top here. Let's scroll back up, because I think there would be a lot of benefit in plain. So if I do something like plain dash body, and then I can have everything else be grouped by body, because I want to separate it out into two distinct things, because you're going to have, although this will make 8 per body part. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like, because it's going to be different. Like if you click on this, you don't really see, you see how it's, you know, crafted, like how it's funny it says created by, but you'll see like how it's repaired, but it's changeable with a rust stone. You don't see how to make it originally. But if I could get a hold of the plane, when you click on that, I could tell you that's made through synthesis. All right, let's give it a try. Clean it up. Delicious. Hoping to get this stuff like taken care of. That way, when I live stream again a little later tonight, I can just jump right into playtesting. Magical repair kit. See that right there? That looks good, because that's the plane, and you can click on the plane, and it will tell you, you know, created by synthesis tier 1. So you would have that, and then you would have all of the colors for that type. And then the same thing. So I'm going to do that for each one. Plain body. And I think all I need to do is copy that. So plain body tier 1, body tier 1. This would be plain body tier 2, plain body tier 3, and then plain body tier 4. Okay, I'm going to fireball it in. We're going to reload one more time. I just want to make sure I like that sequence, and then it's just going to be copy-paste over the head armor and the leg armor. And then we're done with that. Oh, I gotta put in recipes for the scroll of binding as well. So we'll do that next. I'll just put in recipe, oh my god. There we go. So it is a little long-winded here, but you will have the separation of each tier. So if you're like, oh yeah, there's the tier 3, the Spellweaver's robe, you can click specifically on that, and I tell you how to make that. Changeable with transmog stone. I like it. It's done. Done deal. Wrap it up. Well, I think I can just copy this, right? And let's minimize that. All of the textures. Oh, it's in attributes. Okay, here we go. Tier 1. So this would be Tier 1 head. Instead of body, it would be head. There we go. So paste that in. And here we go. That's basically what we're going to want to do. So tier 2. And this tier 2. Get rid of that bit. And tier 3. And whoops. And this tier 3. Get rid of that bit. Why did I do this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did this. I did tier 4 differently. I must have missed that. Whoops. Whoops. Aw, man, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright, alright. So this would be synthesis tier 4. And then I think everything else will be fine because I just make this tier 4 and this tier 4. Now this should have all the right entries. I guess it didn't before. Whoops. We will just delete that and we will pretend it was there the whole time. It has everything else, right? Yeah, attachment point, what it's going to lose. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. That's fine. And then I can leave the wild card here. That's just like a failsafe. Oh, I got an image. What is this? Okay. So it's interesting tonight. I don't know if people know space weather, but we actually have some strong solar storms that are like hitting us, like as we speak. And it's so strong that it's actually potentially pushing the aurora down to where I am. Possibly tonight, like I'm in the possible aurora section, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to be going out there tonight, as long as there are no clouds. Like where I am, it's also always cloudy. So we'll see, but I may be able to see the aurora borealis from here. Imagine that. Oh, special. So if you live, you know, in the northern half of the world, you may be able to see it too. I would suggest looking at your space weather. Okay, so this is going to be the same kind of thing. Plane, tier 1 plane. I'll get rid of that. Wait a minute. I think I just screwed up the head. Hold on. I did. I did screw it up. This should be body. Head body, which means I screwed up this one. There we go. And I also screwed up this one. And the last one is screwed up. Of course it is. Of course it is. There we go. Now it's good. So I need to copy legs. We'll paste legs in here. Bam. So the plane is the part I want to get rid of. Jeez, man. I had a lot of work to do today. It's been a pretty long week in general. So you have to forgive me if I make a couple silly mistakes. Plain and plain. Okay, so this should fix the guidebook. Interesting how this one was perfectly fine. Yeah, looks like that's fine as well. All right, so let's fireball it in and reload. That damn wolf. There it is. Right back there. Where's that wolf? Magical repair kit. Okay, so it spread everything out. So now you have all tiers separated out. And then within that separation, you'll have the plain version, which is made differently, and then the dyed color version. And look at that! My OCD kinda, you know, is very happy with seeing this. And then, of course, you got your spellbook. Oh, I forgot to take all of that gobbledygook out. Hold on. Let's do that. Everyone should know about the how to repair armor and what repairing armor means in the game. I think we all can agree on that. I'm just going to delete that out. There we go. Oh, you know what? There's two things that I want to do. The first thing is going to be a little more invasive. What I need to do is recategorize something. I'll become a Rust Mage. There we go. I'm tired of that popping up. So let's go under General. So I need to recategorize this. This is the Prism of Duplication. Where are you going? Oh, that, okay, whatever. So this right here, the Prism of Duplication, I think I want to recategorize it to a magic workstation. So I want to put it in the same category. Here, let's just get rid of... Yeah, I don't think I need anything else for the magical repair kit. Oh, you know what? Let me not delete those. I need to create a recipe for that. A different recipe. There we go. Grab a handful of stuff. So, like, you have, you know, this. These are all considered, like, magic stations. And I think I want this to be classified as a magic station as well, because a magic station, to me, is a block, a permanent block, right, that serves a purpose in casting spells, right? Or not in casting spells, but for your magical, you know, advancement. And then you'll have, like, minor versions of these. Oops. You know, things like this, right? Then you have, you know, that, and that, you know, for example. I think there's one more. Yeah, here we go. This one. And these are considered utility blocks. And for a utility block, they all serve a particular purpose outside of, like, utility blocks would be valuable to someone who doesn't know magic, right? So, like, you know, temporal stability will stabilize stability, right? This is the mini greenhouse, and this is the ward block that you can make, like, magic walls with, and this is the elevator, right? So those all serve a purpose, but, you know, this will help you create, you know, your spells, right? This is how you socket your spells, gather essence, store essence, and then this one right here, our newest edition, of course, is going to be how you take a snapshot of your spells and duplicate your spells. You charge it, you go onto it, right? You will create the required scroll of binding. You would pick your spell, like Surface Ascent, let's say. and then you cast your spell while you're standing on it, channeling it, and then you can copy that spell that you can then give to someone else. But when this gets used, it just depowers, right? Powers off. So it's a permanent block, and I think I need to reclassify it as a magic station now. Yeah, created by Vice. So if we were in a deep, scary cave, oh no, don't know what to do. Well, we could cast the spell and escape. I think things like that are going to be really valuable. Like, you will want to be friends with a mage if you don't want to pursue magic, just because they can inscribe those spells into spell scrolls now, and then like give them to non-magic users, or they could even have a stash of them themselves to like get out of a jam, so you don't have to necessarily socket that spell, you know, out of your limited amount of spells that you can socket. I think that's good. So we're going to reclassify this. And what do I mean by reclassify? We're going to have to change the registered name of this item. So let's start with that, and then we're going to have to change some parts of the class file as well. Because see, I had it as a tool before, but I'm like, it's not a tool exactly. So let's move it into stations. I'm going to leave the tools folder because, you know, you never know. It may actually be a tool at some point. I'm going to get rid of tool here, so it's just going to be a prism of duplication. Anything here that says tool, I want to get rid of it. Except for that. Let's get rid of it there. Right, so that is going to change. Let's close all tabs. So we have this. I need to scroll down to the blocks. You're gonna have to move this into stations, adjust for the namespace, and we're gonna come into here. So I will remove the tool part, and we're gonna put block station, and then prism of duplication. I'm gonna copy station because I will need that. Say yes. Of course, it fails renaming. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of annoying. So I just have to manually come into here, anywhere where it says tool. So we will replace it here. I will skip that. Oh, and all this is just enum tool stuff. Cake. All right. So I will save that. We need to open this up because now I'm going to have to change it in here so we can re-register it. So it's going to be block station prism of duplication. Perfect. Now let's scroll back up to the top. No, actually right in here. So this will be block station prism of duplication there. So the next thing is going to be changing the block entity. I'm just going to change it in here. Come on down to the block entities. Again, it's in the tools section. We need to drag it into station. Add station here. Block entity station prism of duplication. Will it work? Hey, it looks like it actually worked that time. I still need to change it here because this is the string name that I gave it. Item tool spellcasting, that is actually fine. We don't want to change that. Cool. And there's another big part that actually makes these workstations here. So it's the block that we extend. So right now, for the block station, I'm just extending block. That's not what I want to extend. I actually want to extend the generic block. Like if we look at the ritual altar here, we have block station generic. So I just need to extend this. That way, if I ever do want to link this up to the Essence system or do anything special like that, it will already have the tie-ins to do that. I think I need to put in the new in here. Yeah, public static new. Which means I can also get rid of some of the stuff like this, for instance. That is already being passed through block station generic. Well, let's get rid of that. So now technically the block portion of this is block station generic. I probably should redo this as well. Change the, the localized name here. Let's actually look at the localized name. I don't remember if I put in block station or if it's just block for these. I kind of want everything to, match. So what if I do, ritual altar? Yeah, see, so I put station ritual altar there. About a little further down. Block ritual altar. Okay, so I'm not putting station in there, so I should do the same format. So prism of duplication. Prism of duplication. Let's do a find. Look for anything that is tool. Ah, see, on block broken. We're going to want to return the prism of duplication off. And I will get rid of it there as well. So the only place that we have this stuff would be in tool tip. Easy. Okay, this should be done. Prism of duplication block section is done. So we can get rid of those. Now I'm going to have to do it for the block entity. This one's going to be a little more confusing. For now, I'm just going to do a quick search for anything tool. Ah, see this right here, the animator. Let's get rid of tool and just have prism. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Here we go. That it? That it? There we go. That should be it. Perfect. Let's go back into here. Let me look specifically for prism of duplication. All right. So anywhere here where it says tool at first, let's get rid of those. Roll down. So this part. Okay. And then we go a little further down to here. There we go. So that should fix all of the localized keys. All right, now for the last part, the annoying part here, the block entity. Let's just look at the ritual altar again. So block entity station generic is going to be our calling here. Really hoping this just plays nice. I'm really, really hoping. So this is going to have to be new. Oops. Just like that. Do we have any conflicts? Yes, we do. So I don't need slots. I don't need inventory again. I don't think I do. Let's take a quick look at inventory. Yeah, see, okay, so I don't need anything specific there. I'm already saying, I'm specifying what the max slots are right now. Let's scroll up here. So, yeah. So if I scroll down, then I'm statically setting it here. You know what? Let's do this dot. That way it's the same kind of across the board. This dot. This dot. There we go. And right in here. This. Perfect. Okay, done. Wow, that was actually... was actually a lot easier than I thought it would. Maybe. We still got some stuff in transient, it looks like. Nope. In sounds? Okay, here we go. So, oh, that's right. I don't need virtual here. I think this needs to be override. That's right. Eventually, these things are going to have unique sounds when they're on. This is the hook-in for that, so I can trigger sounds being played. I just don't have the sound files made yet because I've been working on other things. You know, like going through all the spells. Okay, so there's nothing else out of place there, so let's close those out. So technically, this thing has been reclassified as a block station. Block entity tool does not exist. What? Actually, I needed to go in here anyways, because this is the, I need to look for prism of duplication. And get rid of that. Here we go. I believe I need to go into the staff as well. Because the staff is the thing that shuts it off after you duplicate a spell. So spell casting. Prism of, yup, right there. So we got Prism of Duplication. Let's get rid of the tool part. Because that will never trigger. Tool Scroll of Binding is perfect. Because that technically is a handheld item tool. So we can come right back down here. This would be changing the block out as well. Excellent. Build. Alright, let's hop into the game. So the blocks that I placed before are going to, of course, not work. So we're going to have to delete the old ones. I'll pull out the new. We'll make sure transmutation can affect it. We will copy a spell. And then everything should be set. And at that point, I only have 3 things to do for the playtest. And that's going to be make the 3 recipes that I'm missing. So I would expect those to be broken. And we're going to come... Ooh, oh, we forgot to change... Yeah, we forgot to change something else here. So I'm going to save and quit. Totally forgot about this. Forgot to change the name of the shape. I forgot. Right, see, now I have Tool Prism of Duplication on. Let's get rid of the tool part. And now we can move this whole thing into stations, actually. Right there. And now I could delete this. There we go. And let's go back into the Prism of Duplication, because now for the shape type, it's going to be blocks / stations / Prism of Duplication - on. All right, let's build again. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Look at that. It's perfect. So the mouse over tooltip looks fine. If I hover over it, it's all localized correctly. Oh, let's cast transmutation on it. There we go. It is indeed activated. The tooltips have changed. Oh, I hate when it does that. There's something weird that can happen on these. I'm going to try and just reload. So the animation can get a little janky sometimes. Is this one of those times where I gotta like break it and like put it back down? Maybe it is. Nope. Shoot. Let's see. This is going to be in the block entity. Prism. Tap prism of duplication right there. Trying to remember how to fix this. I think it'll be the same for this one. I think it has to do with, you know what I think it has to do with? I had the old prisms in this world. If I make a new world, I don't think it will happen in there. Great world. So we'll just learn magic fast, put this down. I'll become an archmage. And then activate it. GM2. Pull this out. Let's become an archmage. Equipment. And we'll sure this Reaper staff works. Bam, I'm an archmage now. There we go. Everything's been unlocked. Transmutation. Oh, transmutation affected the blocks there. Damn it, it's doing the same thing. Okay, so maybe it's not that. Oh, wait, look at that. There are two. It looks like there were two gems as well. Let's look at the model for this. Maybe I duplicated something by accident. Although it was working before, right? It was working before. So maybe I don't believe that. All right, in order for me to think a little bit here, I gotta put something else on here. There we go. Some other music, please and thank you. Register animator, cache dictionary key. So that would be the prism of duplication. Let's go back into here. So we are getting our shape by blocks, stations, prism of duplication dash on, which is indeed correct. All right, let's just open up the model creator. That's not correct. Nope, this isn't right either. Where is it? Desktop. VS Model Creator. There it is. Hopefully it doesn't screw up. Open. And we want to go into... Move this over. Rustbound Magic. Resources. Rustbound Magic Assets. Let's go into Shapes. Blocks. Stations. This is the Prism of Duplication. Open. Kind of minimize all of this. Okay, so that is that. That whole thing is the prism. Yeah, and these are just separate parts of it. The different hemispheres. And if I get rid of the circles, we can see the actual block here. Yeah. So the model itself is fine. Let's not save it. So it's just something weird with the animation. Try this again. Slash GM2. What if I duplicate it and just place it down like that? Ah, so it's the same thing. That's so weird. All right, let's shut down. Okay, so let me try to rebuild this. Because I'm not sure if something's cached through, like, the game, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe I should rewatch one of my past streams. Of course, I didn't gracefully shut down. Game mode 2. I need to ascend to an archmage. Let's grab a staff. Good enough. And let's grab one of the prisms, which is right here. Bam, I'm an archmage. Bam, that is down. And transmutation. Boop, 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 boop. Son of a bitch. You son of a bee. Yeah, because it's like a duplicate shader. That's weird. This is gonna be really, really weird, right? What if I put this animator back as tool? What if I do that? It may actually be upset changing it on the fly like this. I don't know if I'm gonna have to like shut down and come back in the game. Yeah, whatever, apply now. Confirm. Trust mage. Mother of God. Remapping everything. So I'll let it do its thing. I'm looking at loose ores. Yep, it's like remapping everything. Oh, this is so much fun. Are we good now? Are we good, game? Did we got it? Did we win? Sweet. Looks like we won. But this is not, obviously this is still not working. Obviously it's still not working. On-game client tick. Got a little bit of a delay there. The initial delay. Oh, that's probably why it's, waits 2 seconds here. I'm gonna bump that down. I'm gonna bump that down. I don't think I need the tool in here. I don't think that's really helping anything or hurting anything. You know what? This actually started happening right after I made this I extended this. So let me see what I'm doing in here. Yeah, we're going to do this here. I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to bring this back. That also means I will have to uncomment this and uncomment this for everything to work. I think I got to do one more thing, right? Yeah, this is not an override anymore. This would be a virtual. All right, the game's going to be really pissed off at me, so we're just going to shut down. Excellent. And let's start. Yeah, this could be something weird with animation, because none of my other workstations are animated. That's what it is. That is exactly what it is. So there's something weird going on with the animation. I'm going to take a quick look. I will try to see what that is. I'm not sure what it could be. So we got our inventory there. Item slot renderer. No, that's nothing. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that just has something to do with the textures, and then we have our sounds. Come down here on initialize. We have my test sound. On tessellation, you know what? It could be this. On tessellation false. We would return so that the default block cube mesh is also added. I think this may be it. I think I want to do true for this. Oh my god. Can I spell true? Oh my god. Chur. Are you tur about that? Jesus Christ. I'm gonna reload. And then I'm gonna try and put down my other stations. You know what, actually? Let's cancel. Force quit. I don't want to be in this world. We can go back to this world now. So I think what happens is it created a copy of my block, a stationary copy, and then I also had the rotation as well. I think Campfire does that, to where it keeps your base model, and then you render something else over it, and then that's what, is actually going to have its own animations or anything like that. So this is fixed, of course, because we had switched it back. I don't see any difference in these. Can I put my books in? Here we go. We'll try and put Fireball. Oh wait, I gotta bind to this. Here we go. Soul bind. Yep. So that works. Yeah. So everything else works here. So now I think I should be able to go back into this. I'm gonna undo that and make it an override again. We're gonna comment those back out, and I'm going to delete what I did there. Now the game's gonna be mad at me. I just did a lot of things. Okay, game will forgive me. Alright, let's hop back into... Let me delete this world. There we go. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure this is what's going to save it. I will put, return false to have a or to render the original shape minus animations. There we go. Yeah, see, that fixed it. Okay. So it was a tessellator kind of thing. Cool. All right, well, now that that is fixed, this is now officially with the big boys. Making sure everything looks right. Let's spot check all this stuff. So, interesting enough, this is the first workstation, your first block station, magic station, for Tier 2. Because we have the Tier 1. Tier 1 has the Nexus, the Oculus, and the Oculus pedestal, right? The core and the pedestal. You have the Ritual Altar, and then you have your Sanctum, and then you have your Spellforge. Technically, it's 5 blocks. Well, I guess technically it would be like 7 blocks, right? But with unique, like, types, right? You would have, you know, a Nexus, your Sanctum, your Ritual Altar, your Oculus, both parts being the Oculus, and then Spellforge. So you're introduced to 5 different stations, magic stations, in the beginning. So then this one is going to be another magic station, and oh man, I'm gonna have to make clay formed versions of this, unfortunately, because that's how you make these, is through synthesis. So you need to be able to clay form something, fire it, and then use it in a synthesis recipe that we still need to make to create your prism of duplication, the final form. Okay, let's do it. Dang nabbit. Oh, this means I gotta change a bunch of things again. Oh man, I pruned out tool from everything, and I sucks. Alright, so Prism of Duplication, and let's look at the Ritual Altar. I'm gonna pop these out, I'm going to put them side by side, and we're just gonna full screen this. Let's start at the top. So our prism up here, yeah, I'm gonna have to have a stage section. Damn hour in and no chatters. How you doing, Fritz? People just probably want to watch more than chat. I don't blame them. So this is going to throw a wrench into everything that I just fixed, quote unquote fixed. So let's do that. Right, so we're going to need a raw version of this, a burned version of this. Unstable, should this be unstable? I should probably format it correctly too, so let's go back up to the top. I'm going to have to do a class by type and the entity class by type. Oops. Oh, I'm already doing that, so let me copy and paste that in. So I need to do a burned and then a tier 1. Just like that. Good, good. Yeah, Fritz, I don't know if you just kind of got back or if you've been listening, but I made armor repairable. I found out what my problem was. Because I remember doing it before, and I was getting, like, you know, I'd go to repair, and it'd be, like, -2.37654.792, blah, 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 right? Some crazy decimal point. It would jack up the armor. I fixed that. It's all good now. All right, so we have those, and then it goes into enabled. Storage flags. I don't think we're gonna have any storage flags for this. Let's make a bunch of space here, because next is going to be variant groups. And we'll do that. All right, so we would have these groups here. I don't really have any kind of horizontal orientation. I don't need anything like that in this block, so I'm not going to put it in. We need to have our raw behaviors. That will be next. Oh man, do I just want to give this container? Yes. I will give this a container in the back end. So all of my workstations, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I give them all an internal inventory, even if you can't access it. The idea is, I know myself, I may want to make a way for you to be able to socket like a gemstone or something into your workstations to be able to increase their efficiency. So I had that planned, so I just kind of built it in as part of the core system for like what makes a block station. Just in case, you know, I'm like, you know what, let's put the system in finally, right? Let's make whatever it is more efficient. So we will put that in here as well. Unstable, I'm going to get rid of. I don't want this to be unstable. Unstable, ironically, is unstable. As in, there, paste this in. Entity behaviors, yeah. As in, like, that's the reason why, like, my ward block and my, you know, a couple other of my utility blocks, you go to break them, and then they're not really there. It's because they're trying to use unstable as a behavior, and apparently it doesn't really work by doing that. So, yeah, we have to get rid of that. So we have behaviors by type. Let me cut this out and paste that in. So we'll have the animatable behavior, because I want this to be animated. Behaviors, we need to copy in the behaviors by type. This is what I want. So let's get rid of just behaviors by type, because now we're going to have to make sure the raw is ground storable, so you can actually like burn it, right, to get the burned version of it. And then everything else needs to have a, you know, container, an inventory. So we got that. Next is going to be combustible props, right? Because we need to be able to actually set this bad boy on fire. Burn it all. So let's copy Prism of Duplication, which is right there. So smelting type is going to be fire. I'm stick with like a lot of the core stuff, right? It takes a generic amount of time to, you know, burn this thing when you do a pit kiln. So that works. Attributes. I'm going to have to do some stuff with attributes here. Shoot. And of course, all of this has multi-block structures in it. All right, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to... You know what? I'm not going to copy it from here. Yeah, I'm not going to copy it from here. What I will do is open up the Nexus. This is going to be more of a generic thing. So I'll copy that. All right, let's go back to the side-by-side. So right after combustible, we will have our attributes. So raw is going to be sorted by the Prism of Duplication. All of these are going to be by Prism of Duplication. Created by Fire Pit. Perfect. So this is going to be created by Tier 2 Synthesis. This is a magic station. This does not have any reach into the Essence system. This is not a generator as well. This brings up a good point. Should you have mana poisoning after completing a spell? After, copying a spell? I don't know. I think it would be... That could be an additional cost. Like, maybe you get, 1 or 2 seconds of mana poisoning after, converting that spell. Because I guess if you think of it this way, right? Like, my magic mod is bound to, like, the rust. That's primordial magic. And it has a negative effect on our health. So, too, would fire or frost or lightning or anything else if you make direct contact with it. So, it would make sense that I'm standing in a charged area, casting my spell, and capturing it into a scroll in my other hand, right? It's like I'm a conductor going from here into here. So it would not be weird to give you, a couple seconds of rust sickness. Nothing too severe, right? But you got a little rust sickness for like maybe 1 or 2 seconds. You know what? I should be a lawyer. I just talked myself right into that. Done. Sold. Shut up and take my money. Oh, man. I like that, right? And it's a little bit more cost. Just a little bit more. But I also want to illustrate the point that magic is not completely friendly to us, right? It's just like you walk around with a torch. Well, if you're dumb enough to try and put that in your pocket, it's going to burn, right? If you grab onto the top and the lit part, it's going to hurt. Like, obviously, this game doesn't get that detailed with it, but I have the ability to be that detailed, through modding. So, might as well make use of it. Okay, so with this, I'm gonna have a couple of... I'm gonna have to have a couple different versions of this. So I'm gonna have a raw, I'm gonna have a burned, and then I'm gonna have my quote-unquote tier 1. But it will all be in the off position. There we go. The shape is going to be... Shoot, it's going to have to be different. For now, I'm going to give it a couple generic shapes. It's going to look like the ritual altar. And then I'm going to have a dash tier 1 dash star. There we go. So we're going to have to put a wild card in. But everything other than that, I want it to look like my Prism of Duplication. The textures, one being on, one being off, that's great. Unfortunately, I need a couple more. So we're going to want to have something for raw and something for burned. Now for some of this stuff here. My ritual altar. Is this considered a full block? I don't like that. Nope. Nope. I don't like that at all. No siree. But you know what? I guess it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. I guess it's not a big deal. So side solid and side opaque. Copy and paste those. Boop. I just had to look at the clock. So I have a little bit of time left. Little bit. I'm gonna have to copy almost all of this. Gonna be some parts. Okay, so light absorption right there. Next will be sounds. There. Yeah, I'm just trying to format it all the same way. Just say, oh, my sounds are right there. Okay. I was getting confused there. Next, we have collision, which this does not have a collision box itself. Right, and then I'm going to have some custom stuff like rain permeability. I'm going to leave these in here because they do make different colors. In case I want to, you know, add other types of this with different colors. The selection box should actually be up here with collision. This is all the generic stuff, like the render pass. The base call mode. Perfect. Alright, so the max stack size, we can get rid of that here. I already have the material as other, which is right there. Wow, the resistance was so... Oh, I made it so small because it used to be just a gem. And then the gem would get consumed in the form of a spell, and that has changed. Okay, everything else should be perfect. Yep. Oh, let me save this. Now the fun part. Now the fun part. Block entity station, right? So let's look for prism of duplication. Okay, this is fine because these are just localized keys. Okay, so that's it there. So the block entity is done for that. Let's pull up the block version of this, which is right here. We're going to look for prism of duplication. So again, these two are fine. This is not fine. This has changed. Get block. It's going to be prism of duplication dash tier 1 dash off. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the dash tier 1 because I'm going to need it in another place. So let's close that out. I can close that out. Get rid of the nexus. Let's get rid of this. I need the projectile. Here it is for transmutation. So if it is the prism of duplication dash, dash tier 1, we're going to turn that on. And now we have to go back into here because, we're going to turn that on. This would turn it off. So I need to put that right there. And let me double check, because I think that prism of duplication was up above too. Yep, I was right. There we go. If I don't put this little bit of code in there, everything would have still worked, but you could have used the raw version of this as well. So you wouldn't have to fire it. You could clay form it and not even fire it, and then place it down, stand on top of it, and then cast your spell, and it would have worked to, you know, capture a spell. So obviously this is different now. I love the animation drifter. Looking good. There you go. If I could cat call, I would have right there, that drifter. So here we go. We have 3 different versions of this now. So, oops. That didn't work out well, did it? Close that back. Let's close that. It changed everything here, right? Prismo, yep, station. Good, good. Here, let me add a couple localized keys. That's not what got us, but I don't see an error. There we go. Block entity ground storage dot determine properties. Oh, I forgot to put something in here that's really important. I know what it is. I'm gonna move it over here. Totally, it's gonna be in the JSON. Let's look at Nexus. Nexus block. Where is it? So I could put something in here as well. So instead of station nexus neutral, this would be station prism of duplication. Perfect. That's not what I was looking for, but that was a happy accident to change right there. So this is the part that I am looking for. We'll copy those. We will come down to the prism of duplication, wherever it may be. And screw it. I'll just do prism of duplication. Oh, okay. It was just a little further down. I'm going to cut that out and put it all together here. Copy, paste. We're going to do a dash. I will say tier 1. There we go. So all of that should be localized correctly. Let's go back to Nexus. Okay, and these are just the tooltips, which is fine just having it be prism of duplication. Sweet. Let's fireball this in. Let me shut down the game. Let's shut it down. We need to come back up to here. I need to open up this workstation. We will also open up Nexus. I'm going to throw the Nexus over here. Okay, so where was this exactly? I believe... So we have the burned, and then we have the tier 1 for the class types here. And then I just have everything kind of be generic here, so it's just all going to take from that. In tier 1, that's perfectly fine. Skip variants. That's right. I may have to skip some variants here. This doesn't help us immediately. Let's do this. Oh, you know what? Yeah. That's good. So this is going to be raw dash off or on. Raw dash on. And then burned dash on. Those have to be skipped. I want off versions of all of these. Okay, now we go to ground storable, which should be held... Oh, this would have a problem as well. This should be off. Easier if I just do a search like this. So, block prism of duplication burned off. So that would have caused a huge problem. So all of this would be correct as well. The shapes are fine. The textures are all good. Maybe it was that part. Maybe that's the part I was... Ah, here we go. Dropped. This is going to be different. This needs to be tier 1 dash off. Which also means I forgot to change it in the block itself. The prism of duplication should be right down here. Prism of duplication. Oh no, I think I got it here, right? On block broken. Yeah, I got it. Perfect. Let's rebuild. There we go. Success. At this rate, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to start immediately doing the playtest. I'm gonna have to be an adult really soon. And I still have 3 recipes that I need to make. You need to be able to make this new station. You need to be able to make the scroll of binding and... Shoot. Oh, I need to change the recipe for another one. Let me write this stuff down here. Hold on. Notepad+. Create recipe for roll of binding and prism of duplication and the magical repair kit. Done. Perfect. All right, let's go back into here. So we have this item, this one, whoops, this one. Come on, man. There we go. And this one. Let's go into settings, interface, developer mode, turn debugging on. So this is Prism of Duplication Raw. This is the Prism of Duplication Burned, and then that is the Tier 1 version. Damn it! Did I not do anything with ground storable? I may not have done anything with ground storable here. Hold on. Group by, so there's the attributes. Phone's vibrating. Oh, what do we got? We got a message here. That may be my cue. Wait. So I got 4 more minutes. Every little bit helps. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. So what would be the problem here? If I just continue, let me reread this here. So it looks like determine storage properties for block entity ground storable. So that's the issue here. Looks like on player interact start. Can we burrow a little deeper here? On held interact. And it looks like it's just getting flooded out here. I think I probably am missing something. No, let's take a look at the Oculus. The block station generic is 1. So I think these 2 are good, right? I think our problem lies in the fact that... Get rid of that. We got our variant groups, right? Yep, that's good. We skip a couple variants. Behaviors by type. So raw should be ground storable. The properties... Oh, I'm not calling out any of those properties, am I? I don't think I'm calling out any of those properties. Shoot, where do I call out those properties? Layout single center. I'm trying to remember where it is. I'm trying to remember. That's the multi-block structure. So that is south. Care about that. West. Then we got the pedestal. We got multi-block structure for that. I thought it was under attributes, honestly. Really thought it was under attributes. Ground transform. Weird. Man. Wait a minute. Is it a collision box? Is it because I need to... I think I may need to have a collision box because I have a null collision box right now. We'll give this a try, and then... There we go. We'll copy, paste. There we go. So I will give it a very minor collision box. Technically, I probably should have custom collision boxes for each one of these. I will have to put them in, because it's going to look weird if I don't. So let's build this, hop back in. If not, a good break will allow me to find the answer. Like this morning, I woke up a little early, and I fixed that spell that I was struggling with last night. I actually fixed a couple of things. Within, like, honestly, the first 10 minutes. That's what it was. It needs to have a collision box. I made it very small. This is a placeholder item. Which means that if... Technically, it is there. So we're not even generating anything there. Awesome. And then third. Hey, and that's nothing as well. So that's fun. And I could turn it on. Oh, and it comes back now. But it looks like it's not animated. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. All right, everyone. I'm not gonna raid anyone, I don't think. Yeah, because I'm kind of pushing my time limit here, so I'm not gonna raid anyone. Instead, we'll just end it here. The next time I hop on, it's gonna be a little later tonight. I will try to put in the 3 recipes and kind of get a playable playtest build going. This was everyone's time, you know, kind of coming in to just let me know if there's any last-minute improvements they wanted, or, you know, like, I mean, it's like someone could have come in and said, hey, I want to be able to repair equipment. All right, sounds good. Just in time, everyone. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk